There's an old cliche that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey itself. We'll start on that journey here today with a couple of our drivers as they begin training with their coaches. But we have more applicants to go through, seeing who gets abducted and who gets left behind. I'm your host, Joe Peak. I hope you'll join us here as we get ready to start episode 2 in our journey through the stars here on Project Alien.
I want to become an alien.
I do not like losing. I'll do whatever it takes to win.
I want to be first all the time.
The only thing missing is some actual skill.
I'm not good by nature.
What are you doing? Why is everybody hitting me? What are you doing?
Because it's not the gear, it's the gear in between my ears.
I do a lot of my driving through my bum.
Yeah, I still feel like I'm 20, but check at this body.
I want to become an alien.
With a prolific record of racing practically daily, 34-year-old Alex Ball certainly puts in the hours. The Virginian wants to make the next step and find the speed to back up the dedication.
My name is Alex Ball. I would love to be the next alien. I live in Virginia, work at a software company running a sales team, have fallen in love with iRacing and sim racing pretty much since the pandemic. I really enjoy IndyCar and open wheel. So this is my setup. I've got my triple monitors, my computer, which I built for sim racing, got the load cell pedals, my wheel, my whole setup. The only thing missing is some actual skill. So I hop on here almost every night, spend a lot of time on the service, and would love to get better and more competitive at it. Hopefully, I've got an opportunity to be on the show and prove to you guys that with your training and my time dedication, that we could actually make this thing work.
Yeah, I really like Alex's submission here as well, that he understands it takes a lot of time to become quick. Alex realizes that he seems very dedicated to it. He said that he joined during the pandemic. iRacing was on TV. It was getting, breaking all these esports records in terms of viewing. And that's super cool to hear how he found it and how esports and iRacing has kind of grown during the past year or so. He's in IndyCar, which is very intriguing for me. Hopefully I can make a play at him. But yeah, otherwise, I think this is a very solid submission for sure.
I'm finding so many of these guys I relate to, which I think is good. I feel like I want to see some of these mid-pack drivers become aliens. I like that he works in software. Kind of makes me wonder if that helps at all. Obviously, you can't do anything to the iRacing software to cheat that, or at least you shouldn't.
All right, I'm going to click on this video link. You guys want to watch it?
Hi Alex, this is Joe Peak. We've been reviewing all the application videos and the coaches have narrowed it down to 25 finalists, of which you were one of them. This was incredibly tough. They had so many that they wanted to include on the show, and I definitely would love to see more than the 8 that we had to find, that we had to choose in the end. And unfortunately, you were not abducted. This is definitely not something we want to discourage you from continuing to work on your sim racing. I'm impressed with how much you've put into this. The amount of racing you've done since you started sim racing is really jaw-dropping. On a side note, I'm very jealous of that beautiful salt and pepper hair that you've got. So if I ever decide to grow this back and stop shaving this, I might hit you up for some tips.
Bummer! I didn't get abducted.
What's a joke today?
Like on the show.
Out of Estonia, Mareks Ortlavs takes a pragmatic approach to the occasional chaos of racing online. The 40-year-old is a big fan of open-wheel racing.
My name is Mareks. I'm a 40-year-old data engineer who likes to race iRacing. Mostly I do F3. It's a bit of chaotic races, but it's also a lot of fun and really enjoy driving the car. So, of course, sometimes it doesn't end well, and, well, you know how it goes. I don't have any real-life racing experience, only a virtual one, which is basically mainly iRacing, what I've been doing for 3 years and a little bit. Currently quite far away from the alien status, I guess, but I really hope I can progress more. There are a lot of things I can improve, and I hope, together with you, it could be happening. So, thank you, and hope to see you on the training track. Bye-bye.
Man, I wish he talked a little bit more about what he thought was missing from his driving. What he thinks is the difference between him and the aliens. Can learn a lot about a student based on just the way they approach that difference. You know, what's missing from their skill set.
All right, thank you, Marek. Yeah, we know sometimes we hit this, especially when we're learning it on our own. Sometimes we hit this plateau very heavily, and it's very difficult to get out of it. But with some instruction, you can really see a lot in the stair up all the way in your technique, and we can start developing a lot of stuff in a few weeks if you get the right time, if you get the right effort in practice. So yeah, that's nice. Thank you.
Hi, Marix. This is Joe Peak, host of Project Alien. We've been reviewing the application videos, and the coaches have narrowed it down to 25 finalists, of which you were one of them. This has been such a hard decision for them, with a lot of guys that I wish could be on there, but unfortunately it has to be down to 8, and unfortunately you were not abducted. I don't want this to discourage you from continuing to work hard on your sim racing career, and obviously one thing I do like is your attitude about your racing, the way that you were able to shrug off some of the hard things that come with racing in Formula 3, where, like you said, it can definitely be chaotic. Regardless, keep up that good attitude, and we really hope we see you more on the track.
I'm actually surprised that I made it to the top 25. Wasn't really certain about that. But yeah, cool. I'll definitely try again. Because what's the point if you don't try to become even better after all? Nice.
The bubbly Alex Van Geen is no stranger to the screen, nor is he new to the virtual world. The 36-year-old Brit has been playing racing games since the era of the Amiga.
Hi, I'm Alex Van Geen. I'm a karter, I'm a sim racer, I'm a dad, I'm a podcaster, and I really, really want to become a sim racing alien. And I've really thrown myself at iRacing. I spent a lot of time doing a lot of driving, but I failed to reach the pace limit that I really feel that I deserve. From my real karting days, I was always one of the guys near the front. I always had the pace to win races, win championships, and it doesn't seem to translate into iRacing. I'm guessing it's got a lot to do with feeling. I do a lot of my driving through my bum on a real kart. I need something to help me fill in the gaps. I've had small bits of coaching. I have a friend who's done me some free coaching sessions, but still struggling to get me right at the very, very front. Thanks to my years of karting, my racecraft is very good. In a battle, I give lots of space. I do lots of close racing. I do some really good overtakes. I defend really, really well. I understand racecraft. I'm keen to increase my iRating. My iRating has yo-yoed since reaching sort of 2.6k, and has gone backwards and gone forwards. It's going backwards at the moment as I try to fight my way out, but racing in things like F3, you tend to get in a few incidents which causes problems with your iRating. So I would love to be part of this program and really start to convert my win ratio, because it's pretty poor. I'm really keen to win races. I can get near the podium, I can get top 5s, but I want to get that win ratio up, and I really believe I can do that with this program. I really hope you consider me. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
I love Alex's energy here. It is on point. He's super down to earth and really wants to learn. When it comes to, kind of feeling it through your butt in the real car, as opposed to kind of feeling it all through your arms on the sim, I totally understand that. I've been fortunate enough to be able to work with real world drivers as high up as IndyCar. They say the same thing, and that's a massive adjustment.
It's always funny to see people who start only in real racing describe what they do well or don't do well in the sim. You hear a lot of stuff like, you don't have the butt feel, you don't feel the G-forces in the sim. Other real racers come to the sim and end up at about the same level that they were at in real life. And in the sim, you don't have the butt feel. You still have visuals. If anything, you have increased feeling through the steering wheel. And you have stuff like tire sound that you have more of than in real life. I wish more people would ask the question, what do we have in sim that we don't have in real life, or vice versa? And I think having that answered for yourself really, really helps transitioning from one to the other. So maybe that's something that Alex can use. He seems like a strong candidate. He's clearly got some good experience behind him. I would agree, if you're winning consistently in real life, you're probably a little underrated at 2K. Your skill ceiling's probably a bit higher.
So, I have just received the email from the Alien Project. I hope I get it. Be nice.
Hey Alex, I want to extend my congratulations and welcome you to my team for Project Alien. You have been abducted, and I'm so happy to pass that message along to you. You mentioned your previous karting and real-world experience and how you might have a little bit of a hard time adjusting to the sim based on that, going from feelings in your bum to only feeling it in your hands, and I totally get that. But so I'm really looking forward to that, looking forward to our sessions, and I can't wait to begin this competition with you.
So I'm through. That's freaking awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. I've been checking my emails for days. I'm stoked. That's mega. Absolutely mega. Thank you guys. And I look forward to hopefully becoming an alien because I'm fed up of not winning races. Brilliant. Awesome.
Okay, Alessandro, stay calm, focus. Go.
Left side. Clear left. Left side.
Why are all skating?
Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Clear left.
Nice start. Okay, Alessandro, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes.
Alrighty, man. Just take a deep breath. You're doing alright.
Yeah,
that was a lot of pressure to keep up with,
yeah.
so...
Just cut the track.
I should probably
Yeah.
Need to come into the pits for repairs.
I'm trying to watch for you here, but I can't quite.
I touched the grass.
So that's unfortunate here, but I think there's some things that we can touch on and still make use of this and still have this be productive. First of all, one of the final sectors when you kind of went too far, got caught in the gravel, and kind of just barely tapped the wall. I just want to stop and say that was really good there, because if you didn't do what you did, it would have been a lot worse and you would have been in the wall. Obviously, I know that still happened in a different part of the track, but it's another good point to touch on that, like, even if you do make a mistake and you do hit the grass, you know, the driving doesn't stop until you are in the wall and can't move, basically, or you know you're in a dangerous position and you don't have a dangerous rejoin or anything. So it was very nice to see you kind of drive through that in the gravel and the grass, and recover.
Thank you.
I would say that's a silver lining in this race. What just happened, if I had to say, it was just that's just something that happens with not enough practice, essentially, which I don't want you to beat yourself up for it or anything. It's I would say the silver lining in it is that you were pushing the track limits. So there is that. And another good thing is you were using the curbs quite well compared to the guys around you. You were making much better use of placing your car on the curbs correctly, and you were able to carry much more speed through the center.
Yeah.
So there's that. That's really nice to see. But so I mean, like, not a great race overall, obviously, but there are still bits and pieces in it that I can see that you were doing well, but you had a lot of pressure on you from a lot of the traffic that you were dealing with. That makes it kind of tricky.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the supportive words.
For EJ O'Donnell Lines, racing is a passion shared by his family.
Hi there, guys. My name's EJ O'Donnell Lines. I am 28 years old from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and I am auditioning for Project Alien because I want to become an alien. And I love sim racing. Started sim racing seriously about 3 years ago. Jumped on iRacing from like F1 2020 and Project Cars 2 before that, and NASCAR Heat Games, all that type of stuff. I've loved racing for years. I grew up watching racing with my grandpa, watching NASCAR, and then that turned into oval racing or road racing, and got into Formula One really big, and now found myself awesome hobby that I love, that I want to compete at the highest level at. I'm extremely passionate about. Gained a ton of iRating this season already. Trying to make it onto the senior team on RSR Esports instead of the Vector team that I'm on. So got big goals and really just want to have a chance to prove myself and have a little fun. And the biggest thing that I think I bring to the table for Project Alien is I can show what it's like to balance a full-time job and home life. I'm going to be a dad in September. My wife and I have been married for 5 years. And then also, the desire to not only, come play a video game after work, right, but turn it into a hobby and want to have the major desire to compete at the highest level. Yeah, it's something I'm extremely passionate about. So I really hope you guys choose me to take part in the series and get a chance to be a part of the show and not only show off what I can do sim racing, but also provide a little entertainment while we're at it.
All right, nice. First of all, congratulations. We are watching this video right now in September, so you are probably becoming a dad very soon, or if not already. All right, EJ, I like one thing about you is your effort to balance things out, to have to manage the time that you have for family, for work, and for your hobby, and to in a way in your description here you said you're gaining a lot of iRating, so that means you somehow succeed in organizing your time for a very, very good development, and that's very interesting. That means you have efficient practice, and I'm very, very interested in working with you. All right, nice one.
I like what he had to say. He mentioned in there that he was a part of a team. You can, like, it doesn't have to be an official team. It doesn't have to be a team under, like, a pro team or anything. It can just be a group of friends that you like racing with. Being able to get into a session together, bounce ideas off of one another, try to one-up each other. That's how you really start to figure out how much speed you can find in a car or at a track, and that can be a huge benefit. So, EJ, thank you for your submission.
Hi, EJ. Unfortunately, you were not abducted. I feel like your passion really shows through. And also, I want to congratulate you on your newborn. Hopefully, this gives you a little bit more time to spend with them. Obviously, this would have been very tough, probably, trying to deal with the newborn and do this show at the same time. Clearly, you're talented, and I definitely want to see more of you, especially out on our broadcasts, as I love calling your races. Wilson Brewer is from Arkansas and comes from a background of racing drones. Currently going to school in Florida, this 18-year-old even started an esports team at his college.
Hey guys, my name is Wilson Rand Brewer. On iRacing, I go by Wilson Brewer. I usually just go by Rand. I'm 18. I am from Little Rock, Arkansas. I usually live most of the year in Daytona Beach, Florida. That's where I go to college, down there in Embry-Riddle. It's actually right next to the Daytona Speedway. So looking forward to competing in the 24-hour for Daytona later this year. I would love to be part of this just because I love sim racing. I've loved racing ever since I was little. I started racing drones when I was around 12 or 13 years old. And that passion for racing has continued all the way up to sim racing now. It's the closest thing I can get to real life motorsport. With anything I do, I like to put my 100% into it. Wearing this jersey, I've tried to start this team at my college now, pushing each other not only to get better for ourselves and elevate our sim racing, but also to spread awareness of sim racing and make it more mainstream for others to watch, others to join, and others to participate in. I would like to be part of this to elevate myself as a sim racer. I feel like I'm kind of stuck at a block and I don't really know what I need to do to get faster, but I just need that little bit more, that breakthrough to get faster. And I think that being a part of this Project Alien would help me break through that and become more competitive in sim racing overall. If, as much as anyone knows, I know the struggle of trying to be faster around a track and the grind that it takes. I think you got your opportunity, and I hope you guys choose me to be Project Alien.
Can I just say, Wilson, your shirt design is really cool. I don't know who designed those and who made those, but that's really professional looking and really caught me first thing. With you saying that you feel stuck, I've heard a lot of people say that in these applications. I really want to see what the coaches can do to unstuck people. I like that these are all people who are calling out for help from those who have the skill and the know-how to help them improve. I like that they're willing. Everybody's willing to admit that it's like, okay, I've reached this much. I can't do this on my own. I need you guys.
Yeah, I'd say Rand's pretty promising here. It's pretty much a guarantee that if somebody competes at a high level in some sort of technical skill, in this case drone racing, even if they don't quite get the new venue of sim racing right away, the potential's there to explore the limit, really feel what's possible, what's not with the car, and maximize lap times that way. It seems like Rand's got a good head on his shoulders from what I could tell. There's a very good chance he would improve with proper coaching. Great to have you on the team, Rand. You're an awesome candidate for Project Alien.
All right.
And I'm excited to start helping you tap into your potential as a sim racer.
I didn't think I was going to make that.
I can't wait to hit the ground running.
Daniel Foss from Wisconsin has done a little bit of everything in his career, but currently teaches high school social studies. The 30-year-old counts his students as his biggest fans.
Hi everybody, my name is Dan and I am explaining why I deserve to be on Project Alien. I am a 30-year-old high school social studies teacher from small town Wisconsin. I have had a love of sim racing from a young age, and I am skilled in a number of oval disciplines, including the tour mods, the late models, super late models, and all of the NASCAR competition levels, as well as dabbling a little bit into some GT racing and open wheel racing, such as the IndyCar series and its various subcars. I believe that with the right coaching, I could take my racing to the next level and find those tenths and thousandths of a second that separate us normal people from the aliens. I believe that I have all of the time, talent, and attention to detail that it takes to be a good race car driver. I sincerely hope that the committee who is selecting Project Alien will consider me. Thank you. Have a great day.
But I mean, God, what a cool background. He seems like the sort of person that, you know, you definitely want to talk to. I almost kind of want to pick this guy just because I want to hear him tell stories. I want to hear him drop some knowledge on history and all different kinds of stuff. And I also would love to. I kind of wish he had managed to get permission to put his students in somehow, get them involved to cheer for him and promote him in this video. I'd love to see some of the fan stuff of them really going for him. I like this guy a lot. I feel like he's got good potential to be entertaining. The question is, can he learn to be fast? So can't do it on entertainment factor alone.
Yeah. One thing I gotta say about Dan is social studies was one of my favorite courses in school. It was right up there with like history and stuff as well. So I'd love to get to work on you with the tour model a little bit. I consider that like one of my secret cars that I really enjoy doing. You also mentioned the IndyCar, which I am very well versed in, so that's really cool. Otherwise, yeah, I love the setup that you have. You seem enthusiastic about, you know, iRacing and wanting to improve in it, and it's, you know, it gets down to the hundreds and the thousands. So I'm really happy that you understand that aspect of it.
Hi, Daniel. Unfortunately, you were not abducted. And on a personal note, I'm a bit sad that we couldn't get you on the show. You were one I really would have loved to see because getting to hear both your students cheering you on and hear some of your stories about being a high school teacher or a social studies teacher, rather, I feel like could have been a lot of fun. Like I said, this isn't the end. We hope to do more of these, and we definitely want to encourage you to come back and apply again later on. Keep racing. Can't wait to see you on the track. Ross Banfield from Virginia was like many and came into sim racing through the gateway drug of consoles. But the 29-year-old has discovered a huge passion for the sport because of it.
Hey, good afternoon everyone. My name is Ross Banfield. For those of you in the major series who know me, I'm racing over at UDocs. I'm also a pretty avid sim racer outside of that, and I do a lot of officials. My main, I guess you could say, series that I race is the Porsche Cup car. I've been into sim racing since I was probably 10 years old, I'd say. I started out in Gran Turismo, worked my way up, got a wheel when the PlayStation 3 came out with the Logitech GT Driving Force. That kind of got me hooked from there, and I started looking for more and more realistic sims. The thing that really got me hooked was when I stepped into R Factor and I actually felt the force feedback. Then I got into iRacing because the online community was just great at the time in 2013, and to say that I've improved then would kind of be an understatement. I used to be sitting at around a 600 road rating, and now I'm approaching 5,000. I feel like I could be the next alien if I just had a little more coaching, and it feels like I'm just kind of missing that X factor when it comes to the setups, especially in open. If it's fixed setup, I can actually hang at the top level, maybe even win a few, but the second it goes to open setups, it kind of gets a little in the air for me if I'm going to do good or not. So I feel like that's why I could be the next alien. It's just that small little X factor, you know. Sim racing for me has just been a great escape. Usually I can come home after a long day of work and maybe not be in a good mood, but you know, the second I hit the track, that changes. It's always been my thing. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys, and see you soon.
Great application, Ross. Yeah, like I said, I've raced against Ross probably more than anybody else in this batch of contestants so far. And I definitely second what he said about you know, being right there, just possibly missing that X factor, because he's always somebody you have to watch out for. He's always somebody I take into account when if I'm looking through times, or, you know, he's always somebody to keep an eye on, because he's going to be there and he's going to hold you true. And he's going to be consistent in what he does. So thank you for your submission, Ross.
All right. Thank you, Ross. Yeah, you seem to have a very complete progression, like going from arcade, from when you were younger, all the way to getting a wheel, then R Factor, then iRacing, then having a very low I rating, then going up all the way. That's a very good, actually, opportunity for you to have a bigger picture, a better view of the bigger picture. So that's a very interesting starting point for working with you, because it appears to me that if I say anything specifically, you will probably get it pretty quickly and apply it pretty quickly on the tracks.
Alright, so I'm taking a quick lunch break. Let's see what we got here. About a minute long, so anticipation is killing me.
Hi Ross, this is Joe Peak. The coaches have been working hard reviewing all the application videos. They've narrowed it down to 25 finalists, of which you were one of them.
Ooh, nice.
This has been such a hard decision for them. Unfortunately, you were not abducted though.
Ah, so close.
That is not a slam against your
25,
ability, though. Obviously, you are incredibly talented. I've watched you so many years in the majors and enjoyed getting to call your races, and I can't wait to get to see you in more of the majors races down the line.
Oh man, so close. Hey, at least I made the top 25, right? So definitely gonna go for it next year if I don't get it. So we'll see.
Tyler Campbell is a 29-year-old from Texas who competed in some real-world racing as a youth. After an unfortunate injury, he is now solely focused on his sim racing career.
My name is Tyler Campbell. I live in Fort Worth, Texas, and I am 29 years old. I've always wanted to be a professional racing driver. I had this dream since I started racing go-karts at the age of 9. I raced until I was about 14, and I had some success actually. 2002, I won the kart spring series, and I also won an amateur national race and held several track records at some of my local tracks. I also had hopes of racing in the SCCA club series, and I actually hold 3 novice licenses, but I was never able to afford a car or a racing school, so that didn't exactly pan out. Now in 2017, my dad and I decided to get back into go-kart racing, so we picked up a second-hand 125cc shifter. I was massively out of shape, ended up probably it must have been the first race of the season, and pulled a muscle in my lower back. So I just re-injured it pretty much every single race weekend, to the point where I couldn't even complete a full race distance without being in excruciating pain, and there was one race I just couldn't finish. Pretty disappointing. Just knowing what level I could be on and not being able to achieve that, decided to pretty much call it quits after that year. What I did gain from that experience was to love racing for what it is, for the competition, for the people, just for the thrill of being on the track, really. Ironically, I think Vin Diesel probably put it best in The Fast and the Furious when he said nothing else matters when you're on the track. That's how I feel every time I'm on the track. But in the beginning of 2020, I actually just started to discover iRacing, especially when the pandemic hit, and all of a sudden you have, the IndyCar series is now running virtual Grand Prix, and it was like, this is everything I would want and more. And so I grabbed my old G27 that I had sitting in the closet. It had a broken leg. We C-clamped it to the desk. I got a subscription to iRacing, and I ended up running in the inaugural SCCA Esports League. And then fast forward to February of this year, my birthday, would have been February 15th. My father-in-law unexpectedly passed away. A month later, I suddenly lost my youngest cat, Reaper. I decided to take all of that and basically just funnel it into sim racing, like the one thing that can make me happy no matter what. And not even happy, just give me something to focus on. Esports is how I'm going to make my dream come true. I think I have the drive, I have the talent, and I just want to spend my time doing what I love.
Yeah, very, very good audition. Feel for your losses, and I also feel for your back. Oh my god, that would be very sad to be trying to race and to be doing your best there, and then having something that painful just being there all the time. So yeah, and it's very well, at least we have sim racing to be there, having all the adrenaline, all this the sports side of it, and competing with real people and feeling everything that we would feel in a real car. And also now, yeah, you're right, it's growing a lot, and with all those competitions involving more and more money in the simulation side of racing, yeah, that's a very good opportunity. That's a very good branch to follow and to pursue in your career. And yeah, that's why we're here. So again, yeah, thank you for your audition.
Racing clearly means a lot to Tyler. And it always sucks to see somebody have a rough go of it like he has. I think there's evidence based on what he's described, what I see on his iRacing profile. There's evidence that there's probably some talent there. To what level? Don't know.
So I have an email here, Project Alien, and looks like I need to watch a video. I have that pulled up, so let's get right into it. Alright.
Hello, my name is Fael Almeida, and I'm very happy to announce that you are one of my students in Project Alien. You were selected to be one of the drivers, and I'm very happy. I'm looking forward to start working with you as soon as possible.
Well, speechless is a good word for it, I think. Wow, that's it's like it's relieving and exciting at the same time. I actually can't sit still. Wow. Like, that is... like, there's just so much going on in my brain right now. I'm so excited. Again, it may not look like it. It's currently 11:45 at night. I have work in the morning at 7 a.m. But I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna have trouble sleeping, I tell you that much. I've seen Suelio on Twitch, and he's such a great personality. I look forward to working with him so much. Again, I'm so excited I can't sit still, so I'm gonna attempt to go to bed now. We'll see where this goes.
Well, that'll about do it for today's episode. I'm glad we got to see plenty of fresh new faces, and who among them would get abducted. Don't forget, we have more coming next week, including more of our training with the new drivers, along with finding out who the final 3 abductees will be. Stick around and subscribe to the channel, because we have more to come here on Project Alien. I'm your host, Joe Peak. Keep reaching for the stars.